on my way now.
Episode 3. We are so close to Christmas. We're talking days.
Yeah, it's this week.
We're almost there. Are you excited? We're excited. Clearly, we're excited. Look at these ugly Christmas sweaters. Well, today we're extra excited because it's episode 3, like I said, and we're going to be eating some Mexican food. Well, trying to cook some Mexican food.
We love Mexican food. Anyone that's following us a long time probably already knows that, and you haven't been paying attention if you don't already know that.
Yeah.
But we love it. It's probably our favorite food.
Oh, hands down. So when we travel the world, typically when it's not COVID times, we are, flying and gallivanting around the world. And everywhere we go, if there's one consistent cuisine we look for, it's Mexican food. Mm-hmm. So today we're going to attempt to recreate some of our favorite dishes from there. It's gonna be hard.
I'm excited though.
We've never tried this before. I'm sure like most of you, we've certainly cooked some tacos, and you might be wondering, are we gonna go for tacos? We're not. We're gonna try to branch out, test ourselves.
Yeah.
Shall we say? It's going to be an interesting video. We can't mess this one up because, well, it's our favorite cuisine. So here we go.
Pressure is on.
Pressure is on. Can we do it? You'll see. You have to stay tuned to the end of the video, and that's when we'll eat it. But for now, into the kitchen we go. All right. Well, this time we did not forget our aprons. Well, I got mine on. Anna has a tougher task. Well, you did it. She has some antlers on her head, in case you didn't know, and I actually didn't think she'd be able to do that.
I don't have antlers on my head. I have antlers.
Well, you just have antlers in general. Did you guys know that? Normally when we travel, they just retract, and sometimes she just lets it out when she wants to hang loose. But that's just it. So
true story.
Let's talk about what we're going to cook today. But before we do, on theme of drinks and such, we are going to make a cocktail. But I want to show you one special thing that we did find today. A tecate. Now, I don't know how to say this. Now, for those of you wondering, this is a beer that is a Mexican beer. Is it tecate? That's how I would say it in my English, or is it tish? There's a silent and there's a sh in there, I think. Now I've kind of forgot.
Yeah, maybe if you speak Spanish or are from Mexico, you can correct us on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it a tecate. We haven't been to Mexico. We were just talking about this in like 2 or 3 years.
I think it's been 3.
We're due to get back there. 2021, we're hoping to do that.
So it's funny because we used to go there all the time. I felt like we were just inevitably ended up there, but it's been 3 years.
This beer is setting the mood, setting the tone for today's video. I love tecate. It's like a beach lager. Just think of it that. Hot weather beer. Mexico has some of the best hot weather beer lagers.
That's for sure.
Yeah, Coronas, Dos Equis, Sol. There's some good ones down there, but we're gonna get into some cocktails too. We're gonna make, how do we do a Mexican video without making a what?
A margarita. I mean, there's lots of Mexican cocktails, but it's the most classic for sure.
Funny thing is, we're not tequila fans at all.
Not.
We have our liquors in front of us. We have a triple sec and we have a, tequila. There's some other things going in this. Anna's gonna take us through it in a second. While she's kind of preparing the cocktail here, I'm just going to mention what we are about to try to cook. Chilaquiles is one. I'm sure some of you know what that is, and there's probably some of you that don't. The other one is some enchiladas. Now, when I forget, did we have a green sauce or red sauce?
So we have a green sauce, but I think we're gonna do that with the chilaquiles, and then we're gonna make a red sauce and do a red sauce with the enchiladas.
All right, so let's get a little taste of Mexico here. We had a little bit of the cerveza, the tecate. Now it's time to try a margarita. For the record, I'm sure most of you know this. We are not margarita fans, not tequila fans. I know Mexico, don't be offended. We do love you. Just tequila is not our favorite thing.
Yeah, I don't dislike tequila, it's just not really my go-to spirit.
No, none at all. It never is. Although when I'm in Mexico, of course, it tastes better. I mean, that's kind of just the way travel works. So what is actually going in here?
Right, so it was tequila, triple sec, which is an orange liqueur, some lime juice, freshly squeezed, and just a tiny little bit of simple syrup to make it a little bit of sweetener. Some recipes don't call for the simple syrup, but I feel like I probably prefer it.
All right, so we'll get this going and we'll shake it up and we'll report back in just a second.
Some of you might comment that I didn't put salt around the rim. We don't really have that much, or we don't even have good salt, like we just have table salt, and I didn't really want to salt it.
Well, it smells good, but guess what? It smells like tequila. Oh, yep. It's strong. What is it about tequila? It's such a forward alcohol. Like it comes at you no matter, almost any time we get a tequila drink.
It's not bad though.
No, I'm just saying almost any time. It just cuts through everything else. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just one of those drinks that you taste the alcohol first.
Yeah, maybe I should have put more lime juice in there. I'm not really
No,
sure.
I don't think it's our fault. I think some people watching this would say, of course you're supposed to taste the alcohol first. But I think we prefer cocktails, and we're not huge cocktail people. It's not alcohol forward.
Right. So one thing I've learned when you go to a cocktail bar and they ask you to describe your ideal cocktail, something I always say is well balanced, because by that I mean I don't want something that tastes overly alcohol forward.
Yeah. So this is not well balanced, but if you're looking to get a delightful buzz on, this is for you. We'll put the instructions down below if you want to get a good buzz. So take a look at this.
They are some dried chilies. I think these ones are called guajillo or something like that. We've got some other ones that I think are ancho. Hopefully I remember that correctly. These ones aren't too hot. The other ones are, so I have to be really careful. But basically we have to cut the stems off and try to get the seeds out.
So we thought that was weird at first, but listen. I think there's a lot of seeds in here. I just expected big seeds. So what we're gonna do, Anna's gonna try to cut these up now. While she's doing that, I'm gonna talk about these. These are some more chilies, but they're really hot. We're gonna have to be careful with these. These are the ones that when we're cutting them, if you get some of this on your fingers, you don't want to touch your eyes. And we gotta talk about where we got this in Halifax. If you're from Halifax, if you're coming to Halifax, and you really want Mexican food, there's a cafe in the North End called Cafe Aroma. There's
Latino.
Latino. So Cafe Aroma Latino. And they have all of this stuff. Most of the ingredients today we found from their cafe.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I had a list of stuff that we wanted to get for all the ingredients, and I thought we were gonna have to run around the city to different stores, and they literally had everything we needed.
I know. So let's take a look.
Not sponsored, just
no, not sponsored at all. I just want to
them.
plug them. You know, they're all restaurants right now, and cafes are struggling, especially during these times. The seeds are just coming out of this chile in droves. There are hundreds, so that makes sense. When I was shaking that, all I could hear it almost sounds like a little handshaker, like an instrument, like an eggshell. This, I'm a little concerned, is going to be too spicy for us. Okay, so right now we are putting the chiles in a dry pan, and it's well, it's going to smell really good in here very soon.
Yeah, so we're supposed to roast them for a couple minutes per side in I think you said dry pan,
Yep.
No oil or anything, and I think the skin's supposed to puff up. I mean, we've never done this before, so
Never,
fingers crossed.
ever.
Once those are done, we are supposed to put them in a bowl with hot water, and they soak for about 20 minutes until they're really, really soft, and then we're gonna make the sauce. And by the way, we already started the chicken for the enchiladas. We're poaching it, so it's just in some water with a little bit of onion and garlic for some flavor, and then we'll just shred that up and put it in the enchiladas when it's ready. So we got our chicken boiling, we got our chilies soaking, we're just gonna wait around, or we could just wait around, but we have our chilaquiles to get to, so we have our tortillas. We're also gonna use those for the enchiladas, but for now we're gonna take some, I'm gonna cut them into, I guess, little chip form.
Yeah.
And then put them in the oven. All right, next steps. Trevor has the chicken ready. That is for the enchiladas, so he's shredding that. I think our chilies are almost fully soaked, but we'll give them a couple more minutes. When that's done, we're gonna make a red sauce. So it's gonna be chilies, I think some garlic, some onions, a few other things. I'm gonna put that in the blender, make the sauce, and I think we're just gonna let that sit for a little while, because then we're gonna move back to the chilaquiles.
This might be our most detailed or intricate meal yet, because we have a lot of things happening at once, and I think we're going to eat the chilaquiles first.
Yes, and then start on the
and then come back.
enchiladas.
Okay, you'll see in just a moment. We got some action. Now, if you guys are wondering how we're filming all this, we have multiple cameras. So I'm using my iPhone for some B-roll, I guess C-roll, I don't even know. We have our old Canon G7X is another kind of stove cam, and then we have the main camera here. So if you're wondering how we're kind of tackling all this, this is what we're doing. All right, let's bring you guys in a little closer to the action.
This is the part I'm maybe most nervous for. We've got our garlic, our onions going in with those chilies into the blender. Okay, so in there right now are our chilies that soaked for a while. We've got onions, we've got garlic. I'm putting a little bit of the water from the chilies in there. I'm just gonna put a little bit right now. We might have to add more. This, I did watch someone's video, YouTube video about making these. And she said when you got hot stuff in the blender, you should cover it up Because sometimes it likes to blow up. Because it's hot. So let's hold
All
that
right,
down.
let's not blow anything up.
Ooh, look at that. It's pretty thick, so I wonder if we should put more liquid in there, but wow, that's a beauty. Look at that. All right, the chips are going in, and then we're gonna stir them around. So a couple things if you are familiar with chilaquiles that you might want to know, I think we overcooked these a little bit, but no big deal, is that traditionally they're actually a brunch or breakfast dish. You could put chicken in, some sort of protein, you could put pork, often an egg. I love them with an egg, but it's not breakfast time, so we're not going to do that today. We're just going to put some like veggies and stuff on top. And the other thing to know that I read about them is that some people swear by chilaquiles that sit for a long time in the sauce and get kind of a little bit soggy, I guess. But then you taste the sauce, it absorbs it, and then you put some crunchy toppings to have like a little bit of like crunch with a little bit of sogginess, which sounds weird, but it's kind of good. Or you don't cook it very long and you have crunchy chilaquiles. I'm on the fence about what I want to do. So we're gonna top them. And I already chopped up some radish, some green onion. I think there's some white onion in there. I maybe did a little bit too many. Oh, there's some jalapenos for a little bit of heat. And after that, we're gonna do some cilantro and some sour cream. And we also managed to find, and I didn't think this was gonna be possible, to find some Mexican cheese. We found some queso fresco, so that's pretty exciting. So if you felt like that prep took a really long time, it did. I think it was like at least 2 hours. I'm so hungry right now, and I'm really excited to try this.
2 hours just for these guys.
Yeah,
huh?
we haven't even moved on to the enchiladas yet, so.
So this is going to be very interesting. Now, do you eat these with a fork?
There's
You
no
have
way.
to,
They're
right?
soaked in sauce. There's no way you eat them with your hands.
Guys, this honestly smells like Mexico.
Okay, and they're definitely soggy, I can tell.
Right, right, back to the crispy. You go ahead and try it first. I'm going to talk about the smells. I smell every ingredient that we put in here. Oh, we got a little, okay. Do we do okay? So far over this series, this is the most bold we've ever been with our cooking. We're not just winging it here. We're not just going like, we're trying some hard dishes.
This is so good. Oh, I'm almost losing my voice. This is so good. A little bit of spiciness. The sauce must have a little bit of like, maybe
Oh my
jalapenos or something in there. I like that they're soggy because the onions and the radishes do add some crunch to it. I think I'm on team soggy.
Oh my Lord, this is incredible. Can you guys see that? That is like, so back to what Anna just said, the team soggy thing. I totally get it. Normally I'd want a bit of a crunch. You hear me say crunch and crispy and contrast all the time. With this, it's totally different. Totally different. The chips end up soggy, but it just adds substance to the meal. You have onions, you have cilantro, that cheese. I'm so glad we have that store in the city because that just makes it, this honestly tastes like a dish I've had in Mexico.
Me too. I agree. Yeah, and I would totally make this for breakfast if we added that egg on. Totally. Oh, this is so good.
I'm blown away.
This just reiterates why I love Mexican food so much. And the other thing was, I thought radishes, I kind of read some blog posts and like watched some videos, and they basically said put on whatever you want on top, but radishes came up a few times. And I don't know, I don't really think about radishes that much, but so I kind of was like, oh, that's a little bit weird, but really good.
I just have to go back to with the easy thing today would have been to make some tacos, and we really wanted to challenge ourselves. Really challenge yourselves to try to recreate some authentic, truly authentic dishes. This is one. Like, this is out of this world. I can't believe we did this. This has been the theme of the series. I honestly expected more failures. But now we do have another dish to try, so let's hope we don't mess that one up.
So now it is time to start putting, I guess, the enchiladas together. And essentially what we have to do is we have two pans. One of them is going to have a little bit of oil in them, and the other has the sauce in them. We'll put the enchiladas into the oil first, kind of flip them, then put them into sauce, kind of flip them, put them on a plate, then we'll kind of build them. All right, time to put them together. I got the chicken. I actually added some sauce to the chicken just to make it a little more saucy. And then I'm gonna put that in there and hopefully roll them up anyway. Let's see.
Oh, look at the chicken. Honestly, look at the color of all this.
All right, we got them plated, we got them rolled with chicken, the toppings, which is sour cream, a little bit more of that cheese, some lettuce, some cilantro. I hope you like cilantro because we can't be friends if not.
There's either team cilantro or non-team cilantro. Let us know in the comments if you like cilantro. A lot of people that don't like it think it tastes like soap.
And I feel really sorry for you because we're missing out on one of the great pleasures of life, basically.
You really are, but okay. Let's see if this dish is a great pleasure of life.
One sec.
Oh, someone's got to adjust her antlers.
Yes, they do like to slide back on my head. I will say that.
You need to figure that out. You said they retract and, you know.
Yeah. Anyway, let's put the antlers aside for a moment and move on to this dish.
Ooh.
And try it out.
So we should talk about a little bit what's on this. So.
I just did.
Oh, you just did. Don't mind me. I've had a few too many margaritas. Let's just try it and see if it's any good. Oh. Mm. 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 Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
What the? Like, this is the theme of the series so far. I am shocked, and we were just talking about off camera, how excited we are to do this because we're really challenging ourselves.
Yeah.
And this tastes like authentic Mexican enchiladas. And it's hard to describe what authentic Mexican tastes like.
It's really fresh.
Yeah, there's a fresh taste. There's always like a corn taste. There's almost, I feel like a lot of foreigners, I mean, we're foreigners and tourists when we're there, would say there's like an earthy taste. And I think it's just because the ingredients are local, they're raw.
Yeah.
They're really good, but the reason these are extra good, excuse me, we have the sour cream that's on top. We have the lettuce. It's like an iceberg lettuce that adds the crunch. And you saw us soak these tortillas. We fried them up, soaked them. The chicken boiled for a while, so it's really soft. It's really tender. And then you just have all these interesting flavors that just hit you. It like punches you in the mouth all at the same time.
Not too spicy. I actually thought those spicy chilies would add a little bit of spice. I would add some hot sauce onto this. Just 'cause I like spicy food.
We're not going to finish these all on camera today, so we can easily just run over to our cabinet there and add on the spice because, well, that's something we would do. I think we will do that actually. Do you want to do that and film it?
No.
Okay, we don't need
I'm ready to wrap up and just eat.
All right, it is getting cold. She's ready to wrap up and eat. If you got this far in the video, thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. Leave us a comment. Follow us on Instagram. Hit the thumbs up button. To hit the notification bell, you'll get notified about our next video, which is coming up because we're doing more cooking.
Yes, and I think if there's any theme to these videos, is that we're way better chefs than we thought we were. So I think you should stay tuned to next week to see if we continue on this really awesome roll.
Should we give them a hint?
Oh, hint.
Hint.
It's another of our favorite countries. It's quite hot in the summertime. The perfect time to go is probably in the spring and in the fall.
I'm trying to think of a word, a phrase that's not as easy as what I'm about to say, but I can't off the top of my head. I was trying to think of a hello or cheers or a goodbye. Do you remember any of them? I don't because it's been a while, but I do know one where you're definitely going to know exactly what it means. Do you know any words? Do you remember hello, goodbye?
You're putting me on the spot.
Oh no, well, I'm on the spot, but I'll give you one right now. Next week, Opa.
Oh, there you go.
Big hint. Get ready. It's going to be after the holidays, well, after the main Christmas and Boxing Day here in Canada. And we're very excited to film the next video. You probably know, I'm just going to say it now. We're making some Greek food because that's also maybe our favorite country.
All right, guys, that's it.
From Halifax, Nova Scotia, over the holidays, wishing you a very Merry Christmas.
See you soon.